Hello, so nice that you're here today at Lola's Mindset Reset. Welcome to your podcast for your soul and personal growth. My name is Loreen, aka Lola, and my vision is to have a positive impact on many people's lives and to support you, of course, on your spiritual journey and empower you to start living your dreams. And of course, I'm here to spread awareness and love for all beautiful little souls crawling around on our planet. And yeah, today we're having a topic that doesn't sound very spiritual at first, but your way to manage your finances has a lot to do with your mindset and your personal values and your inner world, of course, and your beliefs about money. And it has a lot to do with your beliefs about what you can achieve in life. So we're gonna have a look at your money mindset and your attitude towards consumption and saving money. And I'm gonna share with you some thoughts and tips to analyze your spending and organize them well. And we're gonna talk about the origin, why you might have managed your finances the way you did so far, and how to work with your beliefs about money. What money has to do with success and vice versa. And most importantly, what you can do to save money even with a smaller income. And I'm also sharing where I'm investing in. So, my friends, let's start to dive into our topic, money. Money. Let's talk about money. Oof, for many peeps, a difficult topic, especially Germans. They don't like to speak about their finances at all. Okay, not everyone, but their income is like a secret. And yeah, it's a very important topic, especially when we are young and we start earning money, but we have never had to manage money before. And if no one teaches us properly, we often face difficulties as young adults. And it's not without a reason that many young people are in debt or burdened with high credit card bills and expensive loans. And that's why it's important to openly discuss this issue, seek help if facing financial problems, of course, or just learn to help yourself by delving into the topic of money and examining your beliefs about it, because it might be necessary to make some changes in order to be able to achieve your dreams, your goals. And therefore, we are discussing this topic today. And I hope I can help you to take control and assess whether there are areas where improvements might be needed in your financial management. So, let's start with your analysis. And before talking about what to improve, we need to start to talk about your actual finances first. So you need to take a look at your actual finances. What are your monthly fixed expenses? How much do you spend on specific items? Are you already saving money or not, and for what? Do you have any debts? And if you have debts, how much are they? How many credits do you have? And what are the interest rates you're paying? And do you have maybe accumulating credit card debts, and are you actively paying them off in the end of the month? So above all, which things that are not part of your fixed cost are you buying as well? And, just take a moment. I know it can be overwhelming in the beginning because maybe you have a lot of letters that you didn't open. Maybe you don't have a good overview about what you're spending. So it takes time and it takes patience, but don't be scared. Create an Excel spreadsheet and enter all the details precisely. It's also recommendable to categorize between monthly fixed costs such as rent, electricity, gas, groceries, insurance, health expenses, fuel, transportation tickets, Netflix, Spotify, mobile phone, internet, whatever, and also monthly loan installments you're paying. So put all these costs that are coming every month together in one column. And in another column, you should list your additional expenses like clothing, like shopping, Amazon orders, cosmetical treatments, activities, hobbies, dining out, food delivery. So essentially all the additional non-essential expenditures. So you have an Excel spreadsheet with different columns, fixed costs and non-essential expenditures. And just calculate it month by month, just for a couple of months, to get an idea of your spendings. And create a separate Excel spreadsheet for any debts or loans you have. Write down the total amount, where and how much you're paying off, and what the interest rates are. Because sometimes, especially with credit card debts, we discover traps where the debts accumulate rapidly due to the high interest rates and compound interest that's coming on top, leading to an overwhelming situation. So it's very crucial to keep a clear overview, because it's very easy to lose it. And there's a spiral going downwards if you're not in charge. And so then when you're having an overview, you should check if you're happy about how it goes. Or if you would like to improve something, maybe you're totally fine and everything works perfectly and it's just nice to have an overview. And you can also prepare, in your spreadsheet for the next month already, like your next spreadsheets, to plan. So if you want to improve something, I would start with your fixed costs. So fixed costs are the most important costs you have, and they are essential expenses, of course, that usually remain constant each month. And it's crucial to cover these, but it is possible that there are opportunities to save as well. For instance, you could consider exploring options to switch your phone or internet provider, or you could just assess your food expenses by, for example, cooking more at home rather than dining out or ordering food. This way you could establish a fixed budget for groceries. And it is always important to know the essential amount of money you need each month and identify potential areas of savings. So if you're dining out very often and you order food very often, check if it is possible for you and if it's an option for you to reduce it to cook at home. And it's not about not dining out at all or never ever purchase food. It's about to do it once in a while as a special event and not like 2-3 times per week. And it's just about to be more conscious about your decisions and to stay on your budget. And cooking at home is not only cheaper, but also very, very healthier. And of course, it's easy and convenient to eat in restaurants or to purchase food, but it's expensive. And especially if you're struggling with saving money for your dreams, it is just a short-term satisfaction that doesn't last and prevents you to save money for your dreams. And the key is, in my eyes, having a strong why and being willing to forego short-term gratification to achieve long-term dreams. And it's about saying no to quick and cheap dopamine hits to ultimately gain 1 million more dopamine and serotonin and the most beautiful feelings on this world when you're on that journey, for example, when you're on your dream wedding, when you're sitting in your dream car, when you bought your own house for your family. The reward is something long-lasting because you'll take away memories, experiences, or an investment that will stay with you throughout your entire life. And in case of real estate, it's an investment that offers you so much safety for your future. So it's worth it. And in my case, I've had a pretty small income multiple times in my life, especially during my trainee times and studies. Yet, at the end of my training, I could afford my dream trip. I could afford to go on my dream journey. Why? Just by budgeting my income. Did it take longer? Yeah, sure. It took me 3 years, but I arrived because I started walking and managed my finances mindfully. Even today, when I can luckily say I'm having a sufficient income, I budget. I'm sticking disciplined to my budgets. And I still treat myself to special things regularly. So I go out, I'm having dinner, but in restaurants, but only as often as my leisure activities budget allows. Because I save for my dreams and invest a small part of my money every month. And the result is, when I was 29, as a single woman, I had my first property, my own house in Berlin. Not a flat, a house. And, I still cannot believe it, that my dream came true. I'm so fucking proud and incredibly grateful every fucking day. I'm not saying this to brag, but just to show what you can achieve with the right mindset and believe in yourself. Of course, the possibilities are also tied to the income level, but even if so, it just takes a bit longer, and that's okay. Even if you're on a smaller income at the moment, you can still do something. It just takes longer. It's fine, and things can change. And often we just forget that the possibilities are limitless when you really want something. There is no reason to be dissatisfied in your current situation because you can change it. And is it always easy? Hell no! You don't know what kind of struggle I've been through to create my dream life. It involved working since I was 16 years old. It was years of hard work with multiple jobs, plus evening studies and no leisure time. I'm not saying you should do the same because you have to take care of your health and avoid burnout and stuff, and it's hard. I'm just saying how it's been for me, and that dreams sometimes demand a lot from you. And in every dream you achieve, there is a lot of time invested, sweat, dedication, but the possibilities are there. And if you're having a sufficiently strong why, any how can be endured. If you really want it, go for it. Make a change. Not tomorrow, now. By the way, The Power of Now is a book I strongly recommend. Read it. The Power of Now. So nice. Okay. Whether you start studying again on the side on the evening, change your job, or finally, dare to become self-employed, whatever it is, it's possible. With discipline, believe in your dreams, and the right and responsible planning, everything is possible. Go for your dreams. Stop postponing them. You're not immortal. Realize how crucial it is to start now, because your future self will be so freaking grateful in a year from now that you took the first step today. Everything is possible. Okay, let's come back to our topic. So, spendings. So document your spendings and try to calculate a budget for groceries and check if there is potential for saving within your fixed costs, and check on your numbers to get an idea about your fixed costs. Okay, and then the most crucial aspect, especially if you have debts, is to determine their total amount and how much you are paying off each month. Focus on prioritizing the repayment of the most expensive loan, and particularly tackle your credit card debts first. Due to the interest and compound interest incurred when not paying the full balance at the end of the month, you may find yourself sinking deeper and deeper into financial trouble each month. And you're gonna lose the overview totally. And it often makes sense to calculate whether you could forego buying, one item less on Amazon each month, or whatever it is. allocating that money instead to pay off a bit more debt, because sometimes small amounts can add up significantly, allowing you to save on interest and potentially finish repayment years earlier. So check if you can increase the payment a little bit each month and save a lot of money and time. Yeah. And then finally, you focus on your non-essential costs. So what you buy each month and how much money is accumulating there. When it comes to shopping, ask yourself why and when you purchase certain items or when you go out for shopping. So determine which items are unnecessary and perhaps only used for a short period of time or not needed at all, because the goal is not to deprive yourself, but just to be more mindful of your spending. And you can afford truly valuable things that bring you long-lasting satisfaction by just reducing your shopping or by just not buying things you really don't need. And consider saving for these meaningful things and abstain from unnecessary items that provide only short-term gratification. Yeah, and especially if you realize that you spend a lot of money on non-essential stuff, it's good to focus on things that are unnecessary. So just put your focus on them. And you can ask yourself in which moments you tend to make such purchases and why. Because many people engage in impulsive or stress-induced shopping, seeking to reward themselves during tough times or compensate for frustration in your job, whatever it is. However, the joy derived from these purchases is usually short term, and buying new things cannot truly heal the underlying issue we are trying to compensate for, and it's typically a temporary satisfaction that quickly fades, and in the end you may even regret spending so much money. Now, the good news is that there is significant potential for savings in this area, because you can live perfectly without many of these unnecessary items. So to save in this area, 2 things are essential, okay, in general, to save money for your dreams. The first thing is strengthening your mindset and establish a strong why. It's crucial to understand also the impact of your consumption choices on people and the environment as well. And secondly, examine your beliefs about money and question why you feel the need to buy so many things. And if you have debts and struggle to repay them, it's crucial to change your mindset and make debt and control over it to your top priority. Unpaid or irregularly paid debts are not only expensive, but they also hinder your path to financial freedom and building wealth for the future. So peeps, rule number 1, if you're having debts, from today onward, managing your debts is your top priority. Okay, so get an overview and check on your debts. Categorize your spendings, okay? And another huge point is your mindset regarding money. And money is a neutral resource and is not more than a tool you can use and you can benefit from, and you don't need to be scared of. And in order to avoid buying many unnecessary things, you can ask yourself 4 questions before you're buying something, especially when it comes to expensive items. It's good to, take your time, not make impulsive purchases, sleep on it for a night, and ask yourself 4 questions before each purchase. Do I need it? Do I love it? Do I like it? Or do I want it? And this way you can categorize your expenses and ensure that each purchase aligns with your genuine needs and, that each purchase brings true value to your life. Things you need are things that you have to buy for your own or for your family's health and safety, like food, insurance, meds, and so on. Things you love means that you imagine having lots of money, and now the first thing that you'd wish to do, the first thing that's coming to your mind, if you wouldn't have to think about money. Often we don't do things we love because they are more expensive, and we spend our money on things we like and want. But what you like will bring you joy for about less than 6 months. And what you want will bring you no joy, just temporary satisfaction. Because there is a difference between joy and satisfaction. So you put the categories together in quadrants. So things you need and love are together, and things you like and want are together. And now when it comes to consumption, you should focus on the things that you need and love. So for the pair, need and love. So if you focus on things you need and love, you live more. And if you spend your money on things you want and like, you live less. And the key is being able to forego short-term gratification, resisting the urge to make immediate purchases, and instead saving to afford something much more beautiful and significant in the long run, something that will bring you long-term benefits. And as I said, this could be a dream, a grand trip, or an item you've always desired, your dream car, to save money to open your own business, to afford your dream wedding, whatever it is. So whatever it is your why. And you need to have a strong why to keep going with your savings, to take the necessary decisions to create it in the end. And what is necessary is to create a visualization of your dreams, perhaps in the form of a vision board. So a vision board can be a huge piece of carton or a huge paper or something else where you can be creative and create a collage, for example. So you draw, you write, or to make a collage with pictures from magazines. You let all your creativity flow and you put it together, and you have a huge vision board where all your dreams can be found, and you place it somewhere in your home where you'll see it daily. So you're constantly reminded of your dreams and understand what you're saving for. And this way you'll experience the joy every day, and you can stay motivated to achieve your goals. And there are reasons why it didn't work so far. And it could be that you're having negative beliefs about money or wealth, and you might have a negative mindset regarding money. And if you want to make it work, if you want to achieve your goals, it's necessary to take a closer look on your beliefs, because the best vision board and your strongest wishes will not gonna help if your mindset and your subconscious is not ready and aligned with your goals, and you will not be able to take action if you subconsciously think that having money to fulfill your dreams or to be wealthy is dangerous or evil. You know what I mean? There are various negative beliefs about money, and these beliefs can significantly impact your financial behavior. They will impact your financial behavior and well-being. And to have an idea what I mean, I'm gonna mention some common negative beliefs about money, and you can maybe check if something sounds familiar to you. So it's, for example, possible that you're scared and you believe that there is not enough money to go around, and you're constantly worrying about not having enough. Or there might be the fear of success in your subconscious, so you are scared that financial success may bring negative consequences or harm your relationships. So the belief would be money leads to conflicts or money leads to separation. And as long as these beliefs are still working in your subconscious, they will hinder you with all their power to take action and do the necessary work towards your dreams. Because our nervous system tries to keep us safe, and it wants us to take the same decisions we took in our past, because they were safe and we survived, so they are nice. And because our brain, or your brain, learned that with your old way of thinking and your old beliefs you were safe and survived, it wants you to repeat it. Because beliefs are anchored very deeply in our subconscious, and since we take 95% of our decisions with our subconscious or based on our subconscious, you can understand why you weren't able to take new decisions that lead to your success or to achieving your dreams, you know. And in connection to the fear of success, there is the fear of failure as well. So you believe that any attempt to improve financial situation will fail and makes it impossible for you to take financial risk. So if you think, I will fail anyways, it's impossible for you to take financial risks. And the most common belief, I would say, is that money is the root of evil. I heard it so many times. So you're associating money with negative qualities, seeing it as the cause of problems or the cause of conflicts, which can lead to a subconscious avoidance of wealth. What I just explained. You know, your brain wants to survive, so no matter how much you wish for your dream to come true, your subconscious will hinder you to take the necessary action to make it come true. And yeah, there are also a few more or many more negative beliefs about money. So there could be guilt or shame connected to money. So you're feeling guilty or ashamed about having money or acquiring wealth due to beliefs transferred by society or your family. So it is a loyalty problem because you would feel bad about it if you're achieving things that your mom or dad or sister or brother couldn't. So you think that if you're doing things differently and you're successful, you are not loyal to your family. Just check on it if it makes sense for you. Or many peeps think they don't deserve it. Maybe you also think you don't deserve it. That, you know, it cannot buy happiness, you don't deserve it, and that's why it's bad. Or you try to avoid financial responsibility because you're scared. Or you think it's just stressful. You know, but the point is, it is not stressful at all if you take your time and you do it once properly and then everything goes automatically, you know, or you directly avoid learning something about personal finance and investment because ignorance is better than dealing with financial complexities, and it's just exhausting. I can get it, you know, it's possible that you think like that. But it's not as bad or as complex as you think, because once you invest the time and you organized and automated your finances, it's never ever again an issue for you. Because if you do it right, it just runs. It just runs. So if you catch yourself having negative beliefs about money and wealth, as I said, they can be deeply ingrained, and to dissolve and transform them, it requires conscious continuous effort and self-reflection, and it is a lot of work. And is it exhausting? Yes, fuck yes, it is exhausting, and it's not gonna be done by telling you once the opposite or telling yourself once that it's not true. You need to practice, you need patience, and you need to overcome it with changing the way you think. And the outcome is fucking worth it, because you leave the victim position and you will feel powerful again, and your fear of your finances is no longer controlling your life. And to develop a positive mindset towards money and understanding the impact of these beliefs on financial decisions is crucial for fostering a healthy and constructive relationship with your finances. And when I can tell you one thing, it is that your negative beliefs about money are not true. Money is a neutral resource and a tool. Not more, not less. And you can do a lot of good and important things if you're having more money. Because I often hear people say that money converts you into a bad person, or that money changes you in a negative way. But money makes us just more of what we already are. So if you're a person with good intentions, you're gonna do good things with your money because your intentions are good. You know that money helps you to make a difference. It gives you power to change something for good in this world, to share more, and to create opportunities for more people. So you make people and planet, hopefully, profit from your success. But if you're having a bad mindset with bad intentions, you're gonna do bad things with more money because your intentions are driven by greed, for example, because it's never enough, and you're gonna do what's necessary to get richer at any cost. So you got the point. And another huge thing, many people live for their money, or they work only to make money. And their success, or that's why their success is connected or defined by how much money they make. But here I would like to just drop some thoughts regarding the mindset of success. Success doesn't have a fixed definition and is very individual. And success is not necessarily money. Success for me, for example, is that I'm living my purpose and I'm doing what I love and I'm having the impact that makes a difference. And I can change something, or I can contribute to change something to the better on this planet. So success for me is that, like, I can help other people and I can inspire them with my podcast, with my way of being, with my positivity, with my love that I'm bringing into this world. And success for me is when I grew on a personal level. It is when I managed to help cleaning beaches, for example, or collect plastic from the ocean, or when I planted several trees. It is about your intention to make a difference and about your intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is your motivation, things you want to do without having an impulse from the outside. So the things that you love to do, that are coming from your soul. And if you manage to live your purpose, this is real success. If you love what you do, if you're shining, if you're in your power, if you're making a positive difference, and when you can work for it and when you pull all your heart and love inside your projects because you have a good intention and a strong why, your success will come without the need to force it, and money will come automatically. So it's about your intention, your focus. Is your focus on money, or is your focus on a positive impact, or just doing things you love? Yeah, so check what exactly is success for you, and if there is maybe room to define success in a different way. Maybe I'm gonna record an episode about success now that I'm mentioning it, so I guess I'm gonna do it. But you know what I mean. Success is very individual, and yeah, just check what means success for you. Okay? So, but now, in order to replace negative beliefs, since we were talking now to replace your negative beliefs about success or money, whatever, negative beliefs about money, you need to transform them into positive and empowering beliefs. And I promise it will improve your financial mindset and your results in the outside, because you will be able to manifest your dreams and wishes and gain financial control. Okay, so try to transform your beliefs, for example, into believing that there are abundant opportunities to create wealth and there is enough money for everyone to thrive. You don't need to feel guilty or ashamed, and you're absolutely not taking anything away from someone. Money is a resource that is accessible to everyone, and it is not your fault if other people struggle. And believe that success is achievable. Financial success is achievable with effort, dedication, and the right mindset. And every failure is a learning. Don't be scared. Without doing mistakes, you cannot learn, you cannot grow, and you cannot improve anything. You can try to see mistakes as opportunities and not as a total failure or a big obstacle. Okay, and as I already said, money is a tool that can be used to achieve goals, help others, and create positive impact for people and planet. The same with wealth. You can understand that it can provide opportunities, security, and the ability to make a difference in the world, because money is power and it gives you the power to change something for good. And most importantly, start to separate your self-worth from financial success. Your personal value is not determined by financial success, and your worth has nothing to do with monetary achievements. Nothing. And one thing that I would like to share is that organizing your finances and setting budgets doesn't mean that you need to decide between achieving your goals and enjoy life. It's about to find a balance between enjoyment and saving. It's possible to enjoy the present moment while responsibly planning for the future through saving and investing. Okay? And financial education is empowering because it allows you to work with your beliefs about money, to transform them, and to achieve your financial goals, and to take new decisions that provide you long-term financial stability. Because taking responsibility leads to greater financial well-being, even with a smaller income. And the most important point to me is gratitude. Gratitude, my God, it's the key factor to so many things, and gratitude for financial opportunities you already have, the financial resources available for you, and the possibility to work with them. Gratitude, being so fucking thankful for everything you already have. So, a lot of positive beliefs I shared now. So, try to cultivate a mindset that promotes financial health, that promotes resilience and a sense of control over your financial destiny. But of course, changing your beliefs takes time. You need to be patient and you need to put consistent effort, and it's fucking exhausting. But the positive impact on your financial well-being is well worth the investment. Try to work on your negative beliefs if you have some, and check if you could change your point of view. Check if they are true, or if the positive things I mentioned are more realistic. They sound more logic than your negative beliefs about money. And try to change the way you look at money and the way to spend it. And what is important as well, to me at least, is that we need to be aware of the consequences as well of excessive consumption for people and planet. And just to name some aspects, excessive consumption can not only lead to overspending of your budget, but can, contribute to your debts, to your stress level, and you reduce your overall well-being in general. And when it comes to food, there are also health issues. And if you're constantly trying to find your happiness in short-term satisfactions and external factors, you're not going to find it. And you're still stressed and dissatisfied, no matter how much you buy. And it can contribute to social inequality as well. It has a social and cultural impact because it contributes to a culture that prioritizes materialism over personal relationships and experiences. So just imagine what is left when everything in the outside will break away. Because money comes, money goes, and material goods are not giving you anything than short-term satisfaction. And happiness is always coming from the inside, from your heart, from your ability to create your inner safe harbor inside your heart and to become love. Be the love that the world needs, that you needed when you were a child, and just go out with positivity. Go out to share. Yeah, and of course, we also have a lot of consequences for our environment as well. And just to name a few: air pollution, water pollution, environmental pollution, resource depletion, deforestation, loss of biodiversity, waste generation, enormous waste generation that is absolutely unnecessary, and greenhouse gas emissions, and more. And I don't want to scare you, I just want to say that you should be aware. I don't want to say you shouldn't buy anything anymore. We all buy things from time to time. It is just about what you're buying, how much you're buying, and how often, and from where. And just to be aware that each and every decision has an enormous impact on people and planet, and just to think twice if you really need it, and ask yourself the 4 questions I mentioned. So it's about mindful consumption, and the things that you buy could be also products that promote responsible production, that prioritizes social, economic, and environmental well-being by reducing waste and embrace a circular economy. As I said, it's not about not consuming anything, but more about how much and how often and what. And that we think about money and goods in a different way. Okay, now, we said we analyze our spendings, we reduce spendings on unnecessary stuff, we focus on paying our most expensive debts first, we categorized spendings in things we need, love, want, and like, and we looked for a strong reason why we want to spend less and save more, like for your dreams, for your future wishes, can be early retirement as well, or your house for your family, whatever, by doing a vision board. And yeah, we said we need to check and transform our beliefs about money, and we just mentioned some social and environmental consequences of excessive consumption and consumption as well. Consumption in general, you know what I mean. Okay, and now let's talk about how to manage your finances better and to spend less, okay? And my technique is an example. It's not the perfect solution for everyone, and it's not working for everyone, maybe, but I'm sharing it for you to get an idea how you could manage your finances better, okay? So my suggestion is create a fixed budget for each spending category and set up different accounts for each, from which expenses will be deducted automatically. Depending on how well you adhere to plans, you can either create a household account so for your fixed cost, a household account where all fixed costs are deducted, including groceries and loan payments, or if it's kind of hard for you to control and keep the overview, you can set up separate accounts for debts and groceries and housing costs. So let's assume you have one account for all of your fixed costs. Since you've already calculated your fixed cost, you set a budget for them. Let's say, for example, $1,500, euros, whatever it is. And then you determine what remains from your income and allocate it to other categories. So now the 1,500 euros or dollars, they go from your main account automatically each month and in time into your household account. And from this account, your rent, electricity, gas, insurance, loan payments, Netflix, phone, and groceries are deducted. And for groceries, you should calculate a fixed budget beforehand, of course, to ensure not to exceed it. And of course, it needs to be realistic. And to keep track, consider withdrawing your grocery budget and keeping it in, for example, a separate section of your wallet, or put it at home in an envelope and, take with you the grocery budget for each week, for example. So then you always pay for groceries in cash to maintain the control. And it works well if you're the only person doing groceries or if you live alone. In a family, maybe it's not as convenient to withdraw because maybe several people are going to do the groceries, but you can just try what works best for you. It's just an idea. The most important point is to calculate your budget realistically and not exceed it, and to talk about it with your partner to work together and to do it together in order to reach common goals as well, as a family, as partners, And yeah, just check what works best for you. Of course, if you calculated your budget and you're good at controlling it afterwards, or you're good at not exceeding it, you can just leave it on your account and paying by card. Or if you don't want to work with cash, you can also set separate accounts. There are many providers where you can open accounts for free, okay? And also remember to adjust your loan payments so that you have enough money for other essential expenses while paying as much as possible monthly to save on interest. And once your fixed costs are covered and paid and automized, focus on allocating the rest of your salary wisely. So an ideal situation would be that your fixed costs should not exceed 50% of your income, leaving you with 20% for leisure activities, 25% for savings, and 5% for investments. Or if you would like to, save more or invest more, you could save 20%, invest 10%. It's just, about a ratio. Whatever it fits best for you. And so you allocate the remaining 50% So you have 20% for leisure activities that usually, in my case, they stay on my main account so that I always know what I have left for leisure activities. And the 25% I'm saving are going automatically on my savings account, and my 5% that I'm investing, or 10%, are going to my investments as well, automatically. And it's good to keep your leisure activities budget on your main account, to be the only money available there, to not spend more than your budget allows. And if it's empty, it's empty, you know. And you automate a transfer of the 20 or 25% you want to save directly to your savings account at the beginning of each month, which can be, of course, further divided into an emergency reserve or a dream fund, or kept together. And if you want to save something for your retirement, I would also recommend to have a separate account for retirement savings and not touch it at all, of course. And in this way, the sums are automatically transferred and you don't have them available in your leisure account. And the remaining 10 or 5% can be invested. You know, I'm not an official financial advisor. I'm just sharing what has worked for me so far. And I'm mainly investing in ETFs that align with long-term growth and Wall Street trends. And what I'm doing, I focus on ETFs like the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq, as well as others focusing on artificial intelligence, automation and robotics, sustainability, or environmental impact, for example. You can just inform yourself in the internet and check on the numbers from the last years. It's just, I'm just sharing what I did. And you can set up automatic saving plans and invest a small sum in various ETF each month. So you don't need a lot of money to start. Yeah. And I've had success, as I said, with the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. And yeah, these indices are generally expected to show continuous growth. And just to explain it quickly, the Standard & Poor's 500, or simply S&P 500, is a stock market index tracking the stock performance of the 500 of the largest companies listed on stock exchanges in the United States. And the Nasdaq is a stock market index as well that includes almost all stocks listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange. And together with the S&P 500 and Dow Jones, it is one of the 3 most followed stock market indices in the United States. And as I said, just an example, there are many different options, and you should choose what fits best for you to the risk you are ready to take. And it's important to emphasize that financial plans should be individually tailored based on your personal goals, on your income streams, and your risk tolerance. And, however, focusing on budgeting and saving and making wise investments provides a solid foundation for a healthy financial future for you. And if your dream is to retire early, there is a number, it's just a side info, that tells you how much money you would need if you would like to retire like today, which is called the FIRE number, so Financial Independence, Retire Early. And it says you need 25 times your yearly expenses to keep your lifestyle for the rest of your life. So to have a number and an idea of how much money you would need to save to retire immediately. So it's a lot. Yeah. Okay, peeps, I would sum up our topics of today and your homework for the next weeks if you would like to take over the control over your finances. So we analyze our spendings, we reduce spendings on unnecessary stuff. We focus on paying our most expensive debts first, and we adjust our monthly payments in order to save as much interest as possible while having enough money to enjoy life, to save, and to invest. Then we start thinking about things we want to buy in categories. So we categorize spendings and things we need, love, want, and like. And we looked for a strong reason why we want to spend less and save more money. So for your dreams, for your future wishes, for early retirement, for your dream wedding, for your dream car, for your dream house, and so on. And we visualize them by doing a vision board and we talked about negative beliefs as well about money to check and transform them. And we had a look at the social and environmental impact of consumption, just briefly. And then we talked about the split spendings on different accounts to make things easier and automate savings and payments, and about the possibility to work with cash again in order to see what you have and not spend too much. And then I mentioned the ideal ratio, so 50, 20, 25, 5. Or if you want to invest more, do 50, 20, 20, 10. So 50% fixed cost, 20% leisure activities and hobbies, 20% savings, or 25% savings, and 5 or 10% investments. And you can check what fits best for you. Of course, my ratio I recommended here works only if your fixed costs are not higher than 50%, and I'm perfectly aware that we have high rents, especially in huge cities, and obviously if your fixed costs are higher than 50%, you would need to adjust your distribution accordingly. And of course it's up to you how much you'd like to save or invest and how you would like to distribute. And it's totally up to you, and how much you want to save and how much money you need for leisure activities depends not only on how high are your fixed costs, but also on where do you want to go and which dreams you'd like to achieve. And, of course, numbers change when your fixed costs are higher than 50%, right? And yeah, I think you got the point. It's not about fixed numbers. It's about the idea to analyze and focus on paying your debts, automate payments and budgeting, and distribute the money you have left in a certain way on separate accounts to successfully save and achieve your goals. And as I said, it's just an example and depends on how much money you need to spend on your fixed cost. Okay, so if it's 70%, you cannot save 25%. Obviously. Okay, so it's just about the concept. Yeah. So, my peeps, it's enough for today. I hope you learned something new, or I refreshed some things you already knew, and I hope you're motivated to take some time to take over the control and start looking at your finances in a different way and to improve something to reach your dreams and to get rid of debts. And credit cards leverage the psychology of instant and short-term gratification, tempting us to prioritize short-term satisfaction by allowing us to acquire things immediately, even if we cannot afford them. And the better approach is to save for items until you can afford them, because it just feels better if you know that you haven't landed yourself in financial difficulties just to buy this item. I'm not using any credit cards, but I know that they are not bad, because when they are used wisely, you can benefit a lot from bonus points, from miles, and from, great discounts. But the key is to pay your credit card bill in full every month and avoid accumulating debts, as otherwise the only one benefiting is the credit institution. So just to make you aware that you should use it wisely. Okay, peeps, so I would say let's do it. Don't be scared. Take a look at your finances, open your letters, do what's necessary to take back the power over your life. It's just numbers, money is a tool, not more, not less, and it's up to you to use it to create your dream life or to waste it and let it control your life. You can do it, you just need to start and be a bit disciplined and put in the work once, now, and then having automated processes, and it's going to be easier to stick to your budget. And I'm sure that you're gonna do it. Okay? I'm wishing you a wonderful day or night. Thank you so much for spending time together, and yeah, let's do the work and establish our dream lives. You deserve it. And yeah, you're welcome to share your thoughts about this episode or your money management that helps you to build yourself a stable and consistent financial life and fulfill your dreams. And yeah, you can also share your dreams that you already achieved. And you can find me on Instagram at Lola's Mindset Reset. Feel free to drop a message if you have any questions or a topic you would like me to talk about here. And yeah, take good care of yourself, love yourself more than anything else. And I hope to see you next week. Stay strong and move on. Happy to see you again. Lola.